Hello and welcome into another edition of That's So Dolphins Talk. Got myself Johnny Bake Show and the co-pilot Trigger Trey Proctor, and we are back for
Back,
2025 season. This is our fourth season doing this, dude.
buddy. It's surprising. It's taxing. Taxing. I have more injuries due to having to do this show, both mentally and physically, than I've had my entire athletic career,
That is true.
which is short.
Oh, so this has felt like the longest off season ever because I feel like it's been a pretty not great off season for the Dolphins.
I guess it depends on what lane you're looking at. I mean, anytime there's adversity, there's a positive that you can spin out of it.
Mhm.
So, like Tua has become an undeniable leader of the team, which we had not seen in years past.
Uh-huh.
Um, so much so that he's taken his number one receiver and his diva receiver and basically put him in his place.
Yeah, that's true. I
So,
really
like
encouraging.
having to grow into that has been a success this offseason. But Tyreek's still an issue. Jalen, Johnu, the trades, like, do people want to be here? Some obviously five guys in the secondary did not want to be here, which I think we can get to a little bit as we get through the offseason. But like, I mean, it's not the worst offseason we've experienced as Dolphins fans.
That's true. It feels like a soft relaunch of the Finns. It feels like we're changing completely how they're going about the cap space, who they're giving contracts to. Seems like we're done whale hunting for now. We're trying to build within the team, which is a good sign. I don't know why. We've been talking about this for years, how they should have signed Robert Hunt to an extension long before he ever got to free agency. And imagine like this line if it had Robert Hunt still.
Yeah, because him and Jackson grow together on the right side, and then like I would imagine we would still draft. Like if we continue the draft we have and just plug in Robert Hunt next to Aaron Brewer, that offensive line,
Savaya Naya would be depth.
yeah,
It's
yeah, that'd
it's
be great.
yeah, it would be great. But
But listen, I mean, as long as Big Oos can stay healthy and him and the Great Wall of Paul over there can continue to protect, like I feel pretty confident. Like the starting offensive line is not a worry for me. It is if one person goes down and I have to put Larry Burham or Keon Smith, insert journeyman, random offensive lineman onto the field, and
yeah,
it just seems like it's gonna all blow up. Now, in saying that, I think Aaron Brewer taking a step up, being a team captain this year, like I think that's kind of helped me feel more comfortable with what we have in the middle. Like he has a rookie to the left of him and a new guy to the right of him, but
mhm.
it seems like he's kind of taken that captainship seriously. And he said he thinks the ceiling is the best offensive line in football.
I that is true. It feels like there's a lot of new leadership. At least there's a lot more vocal leaders. It feels like Jordan Brooks really stepped up on the defensive side. Zach Sealer, this is Zach Sealer's defense for sure.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I think I think it's really good because we know who is running both sides of the ball now. Like it, not that like Tua wasn't running it before, but he didn't seem as vocal. And who knew who was running the defense last year? It felt like there was a lot of cooks in the kitchen that wanted to run it, but they didn't want to take the real leadership role and step up and take it. And it feels like that
Right.
Sealer really stepped up and took it this year. So I think that man, the defense, if we're looking defensively, I don't know how you're not excited about the defensive front and the linebacking core. All of the questions lie within the secondary, and man, it feels weird to have really good depth. Like if we could line up six dudes like on the line of scrimmage that are going to rush the passer, I don't know where you find a better six to do it.
No, we have the best front seven in football. It's not even a question. And even if you look like watching that Under the Sun, Under the Sea made me think of the what is that, Little Mermaid or
Really?
whatever? That's what I kept thinking of. Anyway, watching that, and they had a large portion of it is Willie Gay and KJ Britt,
Yeah.
not every down players. Like those are the types of depth that we have at linebacker. Willie Gay, you're not gonna be able to keep him off the field, but he is that linebacker pass rusher hybrid, and he's not even penciled in as a snap one starter or playing a majority of the snaps. He's going to, but
Hmm.
like those are the types of people that we're bringing in off the bench versus in years past we're bringing your boy off the bench at
Dude,
linebacker.
thank. Oh, dude, I cannot wait to watch a full season where we don't have to worry about Duke Riley coming into a game. We don't have to worry about Liam Turd showing up in a game. Dude,
Correct.
Duke Riley went to, I can't remember I don't know if he went to the Saints or if he went to the Commanders, but he got cut. He's selling insurance somewhere. We were
Yeah.
trotting that dude out on third down all year last year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Against Josh Allen.
gosh, thank the Lord. Thank you for all this defensive depth that they have, at least in the front
Oh
seven.
my god! And the pass rushers are just chalk. I mean, I don't got to list them. We cut some people that I wanted to keep. That like our practice squad has pass rushing depth.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I feel very comfortable with where our front seven is. Um, the secondary, it's really going to depend if we get enough good Jack Jones to outweigh the bad Jack Jones we're going to get.
Hmm.
That's going to be a success. If Rasul Douglas is any shell of himself, that's going to be better than what we have. Like, so I feel I like there's an opportunity there.
Yeah,
Safety wise, I'm very comfortable. Uh, Jason Marshall in the corner or in the nickel, very comfortable.
yeah. That's a nice
But
find.
it's a great find, dude. And he's not going to get enough credit for that.
No.
Safeties, we got Davis and Micah and or Minka and
Fe- Uh,
Iffy.
yeah, iffy.
I can't pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Like, so we're three deep at safety. If you do the math, you need two, at least three deep.
The only problem is that with Iffy and Davis, there's just injury concern.
Sure,
But,
sure, but
but I guess on
but
the other side is that we got Dante Trader kind of there, can learn from Minka. That there's at least some safety depth.
it's the cornerback position. It's what um at the end of the day, can this pass rush get home before and tackle Josh Allen and not allow us to have our corners covering for 8 seconds on the field? That's what's going to end up being.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think everyone needs to understand the expectations is like we're going to give up big plays.
Oh yeah,
It's going to happen. This defense is going to give up big plays. If you look at Ravens defenses in the past, they've given up big plays, but it's a classic B defense. And
yeah,
when you get down to the red zone, we're not breaking.
yeah,
Like because of our front seven. When you get in that red area 20 yards and in, like it's obviously harder to throw the ball. There's less room, less time you to worry about covering. Like that's where this defense is going to shine. I predict that we're going to be very high in red zone efficiency and very low in terms of total yards allowed per game.
yeah. I think the one thing that's concerned that we always have concerns is just defending the run. I think that with the front seven and is that they're gonna shine a lot more. And yeah, you're right. Like we're gonna give up big plays. It's just can we bend but not break? Classic BBDB defense.
Classic. And that's what we have to prepare ourselves for. And it's my job as a fan to understand the process. It is a 60-minute football game. The
Yeah,
game is not over if we give up a big play in the first second. This is a
it is
60-minute game.
I know it's over. Every third down is the biggest third down of the game. It's for the game.
It feels like it. Momentum wise, it feels like it.
It
So
does.
yeah, I don't know.
I think all the questions defensive that we have. I think my biggest concern is just the offense in general. Like I don't feel comfortable for the fact that we've seen how many preseason games and the offense doesn't look any different than what it did last year. It looks, I don't know. I have my concerns because I hate the screen game. I think
That's all
that
it's gonna. But that's all it's gonna be.
I know I don't understand. We need to establish the run and we need to establish a run without Devon Achan. I know that this is a hot take, but like I know that he's a dynamic playmaker, but I don't want a running back that's 180 pounds. It doesn't work. It's never worked in the NFL. Nobody has ever successfully done it with a 180-pound back. You have to have a bruiser, and that's why I've been beating the table for Ollie Gordon because I think that Jalen Wright is not as good as what a lot of people give him credit for. If you watch,
No, I mean Ollie Gordon is RB2 on this team. It's not, and him and Achan, they're gonna be like if Achan has 15, 20 touches in terms of running and receiving,
Mhm.
I think Ollie has 10 rushing attempts a game.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I think that we just if it's going to be third and short, I don't want to have to rely on throwing a screen pass. I want to line it up. I want to run it down their throats. Like
Yeah, but I think
that's what we were able to do 2 years ago, and that's the difference in the offense is that they were able to run the ball, establish the run, not deviate from the run, which we all know Mike is going to do anyways. He will never commit to the run, and that's going to be the Achilles heel of this offense. And it's not. It doesn't. It has everything to do with the timing, but it has everything to do with the play calling. And I think that we're going to be just as frustrated as we've always been with the offense. I don't think we're going to ever see the 2023 Dolphins offense again. It was just I think the NFL is completely caught up to it. They know how to defend it and it's still mind-blowing that we're year 4 or year 5 or whatever of the Mike McDaniel experience and he has no idea how to beat two high safeties.
so. I agree that there were some concerns. One thing I want you to just process for a second is this will be Tyreek's first year in this system where he can actually not be a primary X receiver. So because we bring in Westbrook Hines,
Mm-hmm.
that he is able to play that bigger outside receiver. We have Waddle on the other side. That gives Tyreek Hill the flexibility to be in the slot more and still be pulling a DB out. Because what we've had to do in the past is flex out a tight end body, which is, if we're pulling man defense, you're pulling a linebacker out or at most a safety.
Mm-hmm.
Having Westbrook Hines out there, you have to have a corner on him. Like it's not negotiable. So in doing that, that gives Tyreek that freedom in the slot, which is really what he wanted to come to Miami for. If you remember back to 2023, that was a long-term plan, and it didn't really work out that way. And then he has to play. He's not a primary X receiver, and that's kind of where the biggest issue's been. So we're going to bump him back into the slot more, and that's going to give us the flexibility to have him and Waddle on the same side more. It's going to have us, giving Westbrook Hines one-on-one coverage. Like I think that's a sneaky big signing for this offense that's going to allow us, without Darren Waller, are going to allow us to have another playmaker.
Well, we'll get to Darren Waller in a second, but I think that Malik Washington might even be he might even surpass Westbrook Akine or in the entire
I
uh,
keep calling him Westbrook Hines. That was a running back for the fucking Colts, I think.
yeah, I knew who you meant though.
Why do I keep doing that? I've done that since we've signed him.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine, but it's weird because you feel like you would want to he was a pretty big he's a big receiver, he knows how to block and it's you would assume you would see more of him rather than Malik Washington more, but because it feels like Malik and Tyreek are very similar in style of play.
Malik is the Tyreek replacement. The plan is event when we don't want to pay Tyreek anymore. The conversation is going to be, well, we have Malik, we groomed him to basically replace Tyreek in this offense. That's exactly what it is.
Well, that's true, and I think that that's going to happen. That might even happen after the season.
It might. This might be Tyreek's last year in Miami, which is, I mean, I get it.
If
That's fine.
if everything goes downhill pretty quickly, I think that they trade Tyreek at the deadline.
I don't think anything's going to go down very quickly. I do have
So it's going to
relatively.
be like the Titanic. We're just going to go down slowly, but we're going to crash bottom really bad.
No, I think I listen. We have historically been a pretty good week one team.
Yeah.
I am going to enjoy lead up to week one where we are undefeated with a relatively healthy roster, hopefully. the ability to win one and be 1-0. Like that, that is I'm gonna enjoy that. I'm not gonna imagine the Titanic happening. I don't even want like there's no reason to be in that headspace. What I want to think about is how Westbrook Akine is going to be used as a primary X receiver to allow Tyreek Hill to be in the slot and this offense to be explosive. That and our run game that was absent Ingold for all the preseason. Remember our run game, having him back and having Ollie Gordon be that north south, allowing him and Achan to be on the field together at times, gonna be great.
Mhm.
Like I think our offense got better from last year's, and as long as we can stay healthy up front, like my biggest concern is getting the fucking play in on time.
Don't even get me started on that because we know that they're going to have so many delayed games right off the
Oh
bat.
my god!
And
And we
you know what's coming next is going to be Julian Hill, ineligible receiver downfield or false
yes,
start. You
or
got
he doesn't line up with a fucking line of scrimmage, dude.
we got to talk about the tight end room now because
Let's go to the tight end room because ironically we're playing the Colts week 1, who drafted Tyler Warren, who I think is going to be a potential X factor for them. If they were to win, it'd be through Tyler Warren and Jonathan Taylor.
yeah,
I do think that coverage wise, covering Tyler Warren, covering a lot of athletic tight ends this year worries me. I'm like that's probably outside of the cornerback room the biggest fear I have is that
really.
because Minka in the past has said he doesn't want to do it.
Well, that's I think that's why the Willie Gay signing is so
I
huge.
don't know if I need Willie. I mean, he's going to get tested.
Yeah.
Like he's more of a havoc chaos player for me. Like he is one that like is able to create plays, almost be that run man free, whatever run he's free to do and create as he needs on the defensive side of football to get
Mhm.
after the quarterback or fit a run gap. Like that's kind of my thought with Willie Gay. What I don't want to see is fucking Bradley Chubb or Jalen Phillips in any sort of coverage this year. And I'm telling you right now, it's gonna happen.
It is, yeah.
And he's gonna get wild and fucking drop Benito Jones, like whatever. But I can't. We can't have consistently Tyler Warren being covered by the likes of Chubb. Dodson scares me covering him. Like Tyler Warren, the tight end room that we're facing, one of my biggest fears this week.
Uh,
Our tight end room currently is one of my biggest fears for the entire season.
yeah. Yeah. I
Like
mean,
we didn't really like for some we've plan A, I guess was is Julian Hill, was he plan A all along?
I think that the plan was to
Honors?
no, I think that the plan all along was to not trade Jonnu, and I think that Chris Greer thought that Jonnu was going to sign for a smaller deal. Like he wasn't they were going to give him that $8 million range, and I think that Greer figured if they drug it out long enough, he was going to take it. And I mean, it didn't happen, but I think that here's what I really think about that trade that is really interesting. I think it might be it's a slightly really it's a good masterclass by Greer. I hate to say it, but Greer ended up getting Minka Fitzpatrick, who he really coveted, traded him away for a first. He ended up getting him back for, a really terrible contract in Jalen Ramsey because you can say what you want about Jalen Ramsey, but I don't think he played up to CB1 money. At least he didn't produce like that. And I think that, we lost John New in the deal, but we got Minka back. And I think that, if there was no way we were going to pay John New $12 million. And if somebody was going to
No.
pay him $12 million and we're going to get Minka Fitzpatrick back in the deal, go ahead and do it. But
I mean, Greer flat out said in his press conference he was thrilled that Minka was a possibility.
right. So I think,
They had no expectations of getting anyone like that for the Jalen. And if the option was, hey, I'm throwing in John who clearly doesn't want to fucking sign anyway, I agree. It's a steal.
yeah. And I think that it really helps having Rosenhaus down there. I don't know if Rosenhaus blew enough smoke up everybody's ass to really think that Waller was going to be available. I think if if Waller is available and he understands what he's doing out there, I think that he is a actual genuine weapon. But I don't know who we're gonna get. I don't know. Are we getting like I don't know. I don't know. His the best availability if he's
Here we
available,
go.
it works.
Here we go. Don't worry. The best ability is
Thank,
availability.
thank you. That's what I'm trying to get out. But
Yes.
if he's not playing on Sunday, I'm worried that we're gonna have another Will Fuller deal. We're gonna have an OBJ deal that we signed him and he's never gonna play.
No Sean Moreno.
Well, poor no Sean, man, dude, he ran so hard that first game and then
Dude,
leg off.
we were,
I was ready to buy a no Sean Moreno jersey.
yeah. Right, you fucking thought about it and then you snapped every bone in his body. So, yeah, Waller brings a unique skill set. Waller's not John. He's a better
No,
receiver than John, and he's a better blocker than John. But like Waller, if you watch tape, he was used in line that year with the Raiders when he beat the fuck out of us and he had like 200 yards. All year he was used in line and was able to leak out through play action and shit like that. It wasn't just, hey, go line up in the slot and get open.
right.
Like, so he brings that piece to the table that I'm excited about. Like, I think he seems committed. Like, I'm not worried about a commitment issue with OBJ. He was not fucking committed to playing football here, and I absolutely could see that. He was just taking the money. Waller seems to be a little bit more committed. The thing that I just don't understand is that we have multiple heads of the organization coming out in a press conferences and saying all signs point to him being good to go week one, good to go week one. That was a plan rest day, plan rest day. You know, no injury setbacks. Now he has this hip injury. Now is that them just
Yeah. What is it?
blowing fucking smoke that he's actually not hurt and that's why he's not practicing? What is it? And we can never get a straight answer out of you know.
That might be the
So
most frustrating thing about the this whole Dolphins front office right now is like when a player is hurt, they don't want to disclose anything. We have no idea of anybody's availability. Like we thought for the longest time that Isaiah Wynn was going to come back last year. We thought Bradley Chubb might be coming back last year. Like they're not telling you anything until it's way too late to even know what's going on. Like I don't know. I hate the way that they handle injuries on this team. Like it's very frustrating. We have no idea who's available until like they're just not available, and you're like, dude, what happened?
yep. Yeah, it'll be like the inactives will be released Sunday morning and all of a sudden fucking
Two was an act.
Rasul Douglas ain't playing. Waller ain't playing. Achan fucking stubbed his toe getting a shower this morning.
Yep.
Who was it the year? Who the fuck fell down in the shower?
Jeez, I can't
Was
remember.
that Laramie Tunsil?
It might have been. Who was it? Somebody literally,
Lineman.
yeah, somebody literally fell in the shower. I do remember that.
The morning of week one fell into the shower. This is the type of shit that like you gotta know that that's why I'm not even thinking about it. Anyway, the inactions are gonna come out and we're gonna have a bunch of surprises probably. And I mean I'm back and forth because like I understand keeping it close to the vest as a coach, but from a business side, we are the shareholders of this organization. Like we are the ones that keep it running. We are the ones that tune into the fucking games. You should want to tell your C-suite and your board of directors, aka the fans, what's going on with the football team that they're going to be watching in 2 days. Maybe not. I guess not. I don't think, dude. And here's the thing: what are you keeping close to the vest about Darren Waller? What are they going? What are the Colts doing on Friday before the game that they're going to be able to go back and figure out? Oh shit, this is how they're going to use Darren Waller. Let's scrap everything we've been training all year, Lou Amarillo, and figure out how to do that. You're not tricking anybody, so just be honest.
Yeah, I agree. We're not faking anybody out here. So, but all right, so we have the Colts this weekend. We have, man, I don't know. A lot of people seem to think that the Dolphins have a pretty easy schedule to start the year. I think that by the time we get to this Chargers game, that we could be by the time we get to October 12th, we'll know how good the season is going to be. We might even know by week 3 what it's going to be because we're starting in Indy this weekend, then we're coming home against New England. going to Buffalo, so we get that game out of the way early,
Thank God.
and then we're coming back home for the Jets game, and then we're at Carolina. So that first 5 game stretch is, I mean, obviously the instant L in my mind is Buffalo because we just
Well, hold
historically
on.
don't play good in Buffalo and or against them.
I think before you rest the schedule outlook, let's start in week one
All
with the
right.
Colts.
Yeah.
So, playing a Colts football team that is going to look completely different defensively than they looked last year.
Yeah.
And when you go back and look at Lou Amarillo's defense in Cincinnati, bottom of the league in most statistical categories, a lot of that could be attributed to the injuries that happened really, really early on with that team. So, take that with a grain of salt. But one thing you can't take with a grain of salt is that Xavier Howard is their starting cornerback. Xavier Howard signed 2 weeks ago. Xavier Howard wasn't on a football team last year.
Yeah.
So, and the last time Xavier Howard was on a football team, everyone listening to this, all 6 of you, and ourselves, saw him in practice not be able to cover the set of wide receivers that he is going to go face on Sunday.
Yeah.
And this is being opposite Jalen Ramsey when he's QB, he's CB2.
Yeah.
He's big dick CB1 coming out week one. Have fun with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle coming out of the street, buddy. You haven't covered a receiver of this caliber in a year and a half. So miss me with Xavier Howard being an issue at all with this defense. But what I will say is that DeForest Buckner scares the living shit out of me.
Yes.
If we can't figure out a way to block him, Tua is going to be injured, and we will be replaying the "you're more worried about the O-line than we are" situation because we've got to figure out a way. And if that is and him doubling him, leaving Patrick Paul, I'm not worried about their edge rushers. Leaving Patrick Paul, by himself, and that's what we look at. But I think if you look at this Colts defense, they don't stack up, Joe for Joe, Jimmy for Jimmy. They don't stack up with what our offense looks like.
Yeah.
So I think there's an opportunity for us to have the week one that we had against the Chargers, the week one that we've had against, oh God, who was it a couple years ago that we had a big week one against?
New England.
New England, yes. So we have it's consistent week one because we've practiced and scripted plays, so we know exactly what's going to happen, and they work. But I think we have an opportunity to score a ton of points. I don't have any confidence that they're going to have the ability to stop us.
I don't. I do. I just have a weird feeling about the Daniel Jones. I don't know. He's not good, but for some reason, I'm a little worried that, obviously, like what we said earlier, they're going to give up big plays. It's going to happen. But I think Jonathan Taylor scares me the most out of anybody because I'm just worried about them running our face off because it happens from time to time, especially like week one. So I'm a little nervous about run fits, but I think it was more worried about run fits with Vic Fangio than I was with Anthony Weaver. So,
Yeah, I think, I think them going to those joint practices and having 2 really tough joint practices, I think that's going to pay dividends in week one, especially against a team. The Colts should be a run-heavy football team. That is what we should be expecting. The one wrinkle in this offense that I don't know what it's going to be is Daniel Jones's legs. He is historically breaks his rushing over every single week. He's a lot quicker than people realize. We've historically not been good with running quarterbacks. I can list them. We could be here for an hour. Well, I don't know what's worse, our ability to cover this giant list of rushing quarterbacks or the list of quarterbacks that we've had play for us. It's staggering.
yeah.
Staggering. So anyway, if Daniel Jones uses his legs and creates some plays and requires our defensive backs to cover a lot longer than we'd like, there's a chance that they could score with us. That doesn't help them on the other side of the football, but there's a chance that they can score with us, I guess. But again, it's Daniel Jones, and you're looking at Chop Robinson, a healthy and hungry Jalen Phillips, a healthy and hungry Bradley Chubb, a newly signed food on the table Zach Sealer.
I think that we have a really good chance. The Colts have not won a season opening game in 5, 6 years, so that might end with the Fins. If we had to,
Might
is Indy a must win or a
Indy a must win or a can't lose. Classic Canunge.
yes?
Classic Canunge, Shout out Michelob Ultra. And hey, we're looking for sponsors. Flannies, Michelob Ultra, or someone could get us a Zoom link that we don't gotta send two at a time. If you're looking for it. So the Colts must win for all the reasons that I just stated. Like I don't have to get it. We did a pretty good dive into that game, so I don't gotta dive into that. But the Colts is a must win, and the Colts becomes a must win because if you look at the ceiling of this team, the ceiling of this team is beating every team you should beat,
Yeah.
and every team that, in my opinion, should be a no-brainer win for this football team is Colts.
Okay. It's one.
I'm going all the way back in 23. Colts, Patriots, sweep.
You're saying sweep the Pats. It's brand new.
Ceiling. This is ceiling.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay.
We're going to do ceiling of the team.
Uh-huh.
What I actually think's going to happen.
Okay.
You know what's probably going to happen. So, ceiling of this team is a Colts win, a Patriots sweep,
Yeah, it's three.
Jets sweep,
That's five.
a Panthers win,
Six.
a Chargers win, who's we've always had their number,
Okay, it's seven.
Browns,
Eight.
Falcons,
Nine.
loss to the Ravens, loss to the Bills, a win versus the Bills, 10 wins.
You think we're gonna split with the Bills? We haven't split with the
Stealing, John.
Okay, all
This
right,
is
all
the
right,
stealing.
okay,
We
all
have
right.
split with the Bills in the past. We have swept the Jets and the Patriots in the past.
Yes.
All these things have happened, so therefore it's a ceiling.
Okay, okay, okay. Ceiling. Okay, got it. Split with the Bills would be a ceiling. Yes.
Now we're at the final Bills game, or no, we just lost the final Bills game, or we won it. However the fuck you want to spin it, and we're sitting at 10 and what is that? 10-2.
Yes. 10-2.
So that gives us the opportunity that if we go 3-2 over the last five. Yeah, because we already counted the Patriots. So the last five games, meaning in terms of the teams,
Uh-huh.
we have left the Commanders, the Saints, the Steelers, the Bengals, and the Buccaneers. So those are the last five games that I have not picked yet. Okay. If we're talking about ceiling, we have two more losses because I believe 13-4 is our ceiling. So we have two more losses in that.
Cincinnati.
That is Cincinnati, and it's probably at Pittsburgh because it's 8:15 December, freezing cold.
Yes.
So that means we beat the Commanders because it's not a real, they have to travel too. Everyone's traveling. And we obviously beat the Saints, the Buccaneers. It's going to be a game that we have to win, but it's at home.
Yeah. Okay, so that's best case scenario.
In my opinion, that's best case scenario of what this team can be. It's 13-4.
Okay, now give us a realistic shot.
Let me give you the realistic chance. Win versus the Colts.
Yeah, one.
Not even realistic. This is what I think. I think we beat the Patriots.
Uh-huh.
I think we lose to the Bills and beat the Jets. So I think we start 3-1.
Okay.
Okay. Next set of four: Panthers, Chargers, Browns, Falcons. I think we're 3-1. I think our loss comes to the Chargers.
So you think we start out 6-2?
I think we start out 6-2. We get into the tough stretch.
Yes.
Ravens, Bills, Commanders.
This is where we get losses.
We're going to drop all three.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna be 6-4.
6-5.
6-5.
After the bye. 6-5 after the bye.
Yeah, sorry, 6-5.
So we get back from Brazil. We're 6-5. Started out hot. Dropped three in a row. Classic Dolphins.
Yep.
This is what I think is going to happen. Saints, Jets. I think we win. 8-5.
Okay.
Steelers, Bengals, Buccaneers.
3 duds.
I think we lose two of those three.
Okay.
That puts us at 9-8.
Yep. And we have a chance to be either.
No, 9-7. And then I think we beat the Patriots and 10-7.
is 10-7 enough to get us second in?
It's a wild card. That's a wild card spot. They're the sixth seed.
Okay. That's where I think the ceiling is for the team. I think it's 10-7.
So I don't understand how you can look at this schedule and say
Just
if that's the ceiling. Ceiling is the tallest part of the
yeah,
room, John.
yeah. I think that that's what I think. I don't think that we're more than an 11 win team at maximum. Like just genuinely built on roster construction, how the offense runs, especially in December. We have away games, important away games in December and in January. We have a rough stretch of games, two rough stretches of games, and we if I mean maybe we got Fat Tua back this year, but I don't know. I don't know if we have if they establish the run and Mike sticks to it, which he won't, but I think that they're 10-7 at best. I think we're 9-8, 8-9.
But I think, are you in your predictions? Are you implementing any injuries, or it's like
Oh, I'm that's accounting for like if oh no, if there's injuries, like if Tua gets hurt or there's like massive amounts of
okay,
injuries on the
take
line,
remove Tua from because if Tua gets hurt, we're canceling the fucking show. There's no point in talking about winning games. There's no point.
yeah.
No point.
It depends on who the injuries are. If the injuries are to the defensive line, things are going to get hairy pretty quickly. If they're to the offensive line, that's only just going to lead to the Tua problem, and we're going to start just screening everybody to death, and it's not going to matter. I think that this is going to be if they don't make if the Dolphins don't make the playoff, if they do not get in a wild card situation, then this is going to be it for McDaniel. I think they will blow their. I don't know if they're going to blow it up, but I think they're gonna get rid of Mike.
I just
I think this is it.
here's my question: if everyone remains healthy on this team,
If everyone,
say we don't have a single. I just struggle how you can sit here week one without a single injury that we know of that really matters. Take Waller out of the equation. Without a single real injury to any star or real member of this team, how you can say a ceiling is 10 wins for this, 10 to 11 wins with this roster. This roster is a Super Bowl roster. The problem is we have not had the ability. We
ah,
have enough
Super
pieces.
Bowl, it's like wild card,
This is a better
divisional at best.
team than the Giants that beat the Patriots. This is a better team than the Giants that won the Super Bowl against Patriots. It's a
Ah,
better team. It's a better team. I can't sit here week one preview show with no injuries and say I don't think we can win 13 fucking games. I think we can win 13 games.
I think they can win 11 games at max if everything goes according to plan. I think it's 11 games. Seriously.
Who are your losses with a fully healthy roster?
Both Buffalo, Cincinnati, Baltimore. So that's four. I think we split with New England.
A
There's
fully
five.
healthy roster. You think Drake May and no weapons are beating us?
Yes, because it's Mike Vrabel, and he always beats the shit out of McDaniel.
Mike Vrabel.
I think that we drop anything that is a primetime game, loss. Anything that's a primetime game is a loss. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who they're playing. They could be playing Alabama School of the Blind and Deaf. They're gonna
No, we beat the Steelers like a year and a half ago in prime time.
well, they're losing this year. Aaron Rodgers is gonna be out there slanging it around on them.
The other thing is,
Tampa, I think it'll be a late season loss because Tampa always figures out a way to be.
I know, they have a lot. They have the receiving corps. We're going to struggle to cover them. I worry about them too.
Yeah.
And I think Baker's a sneaky MVP candidate.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
Tampa's good. I'm not saying Tampa's good. I don't. Again, when I say ceiling, that means we're also a good fucking football team, and we can play with Tampa.
I mean, I guess so. I don't know. I just got this. I just got
We're
this.
different people. We're different people. I don't know what else to tell you. We're different people.
So well, that is the season outlook for the Finns. We have Indy this week. Is it a must win, can't lose? Let us know in the comments.
Must win.
Must win. Ever elusive must win week one.
You can't play can't lose. You can't play the can't lose in week one. The problem is we don't play the can't lose. We play must win in week one. We
Yeah,
play the can't lose week 15 through 18. That's our fucking problem.
that is true. That is very true. So we'll be
Quick
back.
turnaround. It's a quick turnaround. We'll be right back. Quick turnaround.
Yeah,
We'll be
quick
back on
turnaround.
probably Sunday night, Monday.
Yep, we'll be back Monday night with the Colts recap. So if you are not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe, hit the like button, and we will see you next week on That's So Dolphins Talk.